you look back in time, is there anything that you would change about your investing strategy? For me, that's a question I toil with all the time. You know, I used to listen to a guy that's on YouTube, and he talked about a lot of um, home runs, a lot of home runs out there, things that you would have to hit out of the park to make money on. And so he was more of a day trader, but he was more so also talking about charts and this could go to $100, this could go to $100, that sort of thing. And so I invested, and I use that term loosely, often on that advice. So things that I wish I had have been able to go back on was maybe doing my own research and understanding that the world doesn't just work like that. Because it's a new hype stock out there, will it be a home run every time? Probably not. It's probably very, very seldom. And it kind of stalled my investing for a year or more, maybe even 2 years. It stalled my growth of investment funds over that time because I kept investing. Let me give you a couple of examples. I bought a company called ASTR, Aster. It's a rocket company. I bought it at $6, and then as it was orbiting to Earth or orbiting up, it exploded, and so did the stock price. Luckily, I sold it with a 50% loss, not a 98% loss like it is today. Another one, ChargePoint, CHPT, I think is the symbol. I did buy and sell that for profit 2 times, but then I rebought in at $30, and then I ended up selling at $20. Now that was about 500 shares. Again, because some guy on YouTube said this is a home run, it's going to hit $100. It owns 70% of the electric charging stations in the world, and so I listened to that and bought that. Now, the point is because today I got a question. The question was, what would you have rather bought, MSTR or MSTY? And it took me a long time to figure this answer out. I mean, my answer is Misty, MSTY. So retrospectively, it could be different though. So I'm invested in MSTY. I currently have, oh man, you guys tell me I showed it, but I think it's like 145 shares. And I just spent the last little while researching which would have been the better investment. So before you watch this, can you guess? Put it in the chat. Let us know what you think the better investment would have been. But yeah, I ran some numbers, and I have to tell you, this was kind of difficult to find. I even opened up Chat GPT to help me with this, but it also wasn't very helpful. The hard part was that Mr. or MicroStrategies had a 10 for 1 stock split. So that meant if you owned one share as of August 7th, then you then owned, I think it was August 8th actually, you owned 10 shares. So 10 for 1 stock split. The stock of MSTR was skyrocketing. It was looking good. And then so they had to, they didn't have to, they wanted to do a stock split to make it more affordable. So what I found was February 22nd, 2024. That's when MSTY, Misty, it's a yieldmax fund, ETF that a lot of us are in. That's when it began its journey. And so the question was, what's better, putting $1,000 into Mister or $1,000 into Misty? So there's a few different answers to this question. One, it depends what you're looking to do with that $1,000. Do you want to get income every single month? Are you looking to get dividends? Are you looking to, take money out to be able to fund life? Things like that. That's the reason I have MSTY, is because I want to be able to take that monthly income and be able to afford life with it, right? That's why I have it. Now, the other thought is to buy MSTR and let it grow over time. So I ran some numbers and I wanted to share those with you. Before I show you my Excel file here, let me just lower the head here a little bit and let's take a look at how Misty's doing today. Now, the numbers I ran are just slightly different than this because I did it about half an hour ago. But today we're looking at a share price of 25.31. But I'd like to do the year to date for you so you can see that for yourself. So it started off at $21.19 on February 22nd. And so it's up $4.12 so far. So really good. I'd be pretty happy with that. I am pretty happy with that. I bought a few times. I didn't buy right at the start though. I bought just recently in the last couple of weeks here 56 shares, and I had 85 shares before that, and had bought those whenever I got paid distributions from Nvidia. So my average price is right around 25. It's probably 25.90, something like that. So I'm quite happy with its share price today. Now its daily today is down 2.2%. And yeah, I'm happy with the growth that it's come in so far. And I'm very happy with the dividends that it's paid out so far too. In fact, here are the dividends that it's paid out so far. 6 payouts: $1.85, $1.94, $2.33, 303, 252, and the big one at the beginning there, $4.12. So I think if we add all of that up together, I'll correct myself in a second here, but I think that's $15.80 worth of dividends in just 6 months on a $20 investment. So that's pretty good. You can't be too upset about that. That's for sure. Now, Mister itself, and I went to year to date, but if we go to February 22nd, this is why these numbers were a little difficult to find. This is showing your post split numbers only. And I went to Chat GPT, and I'll just kind of disclose this a little bit here. It could be off a little bit, but Chat GPT said the share price on February 22nd was $301 per share. So again, we'll go back over to here. I know it says 71, but look at the incredible increase that happened almost instantly after that. So take these numbers with a grain of salt. This is post-split numbers right here, but it's gone up almost $100, which is more than 100%, probably about 130% since February 22nd. So retrospectively, if we had a crystal ball, it probably would have made more financial sense to go into the underlying, which is micro strategies. But again, it depends on what your goal is. So let's take a look at the chart here. I have Mr. versus Misty right here, which is the better investment from February 22nd until today. So I have micro strategies at the top, and the question that the person asked was if I had $1,000, which one would have been better? Okay, cool. So if you had $1,000 divided by $301 per share on February 22nd, it would have given you 3 shares. And a lot of people, they say, oh, 3 shares. That's not very many, right? For sure. It's not. So August 7th, there was a 10-for-1 share split, meaning that now that 3 is multiplied by 10. So you would have 30 shares. So pretty good. Its current price is $175.36, give or take some cents here because I'm filming this midway through the day. So that 175.36 times 30 shares equals $5,260. Now let's go over this Mister a little bit. Look at the growth that just happened from February till today. Unbelievable. And it's something that that person on YouTube said to me a year or two ago, or 3 years ago now, that, oh, wow, it's going to have this incredible growth. Well, it happened with this stock right here. Will it happen again? Probably not, unless something crazy happens, right? But probably not. But again, who am I? I'm not studying the charts, or I'm not studying the deep analytics of Mister here, but that's an incredible climb in a very short time. So we'll go back to the chart here. So you would be up $4,260 in just 6 months. Let's do that math. March, April, May, June, July. 7 months. I'd be pretty happy about that personally, wouldn't you? Let's take a look at Misty itself. And so I ran some numbers for Misty here. Same deal, right? You start with that $1,000. And the share price on February 22nd was $21.19. So that gave you 47 shares. So you did end up getting $15.80 in dividends over the last 7 months, but 6 payments. And so I didn't run DRIP, dividend reinvestment purchase. I didn't do that. I just said I'm taking the straight cash. How much money would I have? Now, if I did do DRIP, I'd probably have a little bit more than this, but not dramatically more here. So that equaled $742 in distributions from my 47 shares. So today's share price is $25.43. So yeah, it's gone up $4.24. Oh, it says it right there. I did the math for myself. I'm pretty funny. So that 424 times 47 is $199.28 in share appreciation. Your total money invested now is $1,941.28. So dramatically different than 5260. So you're going to hear people saying that they want to invest in the underlying stock. Same deal with Nvidia. We'll do the same thing another day here, but remember, you have 47 shares to start with here. Are you just keeping 47, or are you going to add to that every single month? What's your plan with your $1,000? What's your long-term goal with that $1,000? Is it just for 6 months? Or are you planning on sticking with this for a couple of years or 10 years? What's the plan? My opinion is stay focused, and you can change your plans anytime you want to, but come with a plan. For me, do I have a plan right now? Yeah, my plan is to grow to 300 shares of Misty and then move on to my next pillar. So I already have 300 of Nvidia, building to 300 of Misty, and then I'm going to move on, take both of those dividends that I get from the two of them and build that third pillar. Not too sure if it's going to be QDTE, RDTE, XDTE, or AMZ. I like all four of those. And I'm just going to build that third pillar to get me $500 a month per share. So that's my plan. I don't know what your plan is, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of take a look at this. And I just want to make sure that we're aware about two things. One, I have no financial background. I'm just sharing numbers that I've discovered here. Two, that $301 might not be exactly correct because I did get it from Chat GPT. And I did try and find it all over the internet. It was not findable, but it's definitely close to that number for sure. And so I just want to make sure that we're aware this is just a comparison. And with the comparison that I'm seeing, if we had a mirror and we could go back in time, then buying MSTR would have been the better option. Now, is past performance going to help out with future performance? Is Mister going to continue to climb the way it does right now? If so, then maybe it would make sense, if you're very interested in MicroStrategies and Misty, to allocate some of your dividends into Mister. What some people are doing is they are, let's say if they get 50 shares worth of dividends from Misty, they go out and buy 1 or 2 shares of Mister and start building that up, right? So you can kind of have the growth of Mister, but also the distributions of Misty. Definitely an idea for sure. All right, guys, I just wanted to have a quick video today. I hope you have a really great Monday. And again, my name is Mike. This is Health and Wealth. And if you enjoyed this content today, consider hitting the like button. And then look below. We also have options for memberships. If you want to help support the channel, take a look at those and find which one's the best for you. All right, guys. Thanks for having me, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.